Hello and welcome back to the UMR International. We're back with race number 13. Yeah, well, maybe there's your answer. Higher volume. We're here with race 13 and we're at Marble GP Fiji. Now, going into this race, Moo is holding strong in the first position. Were in second, not far behind. Shady in third, but is still fairly close. So we'll see how things go in this race, and let's head over to the track. So here we are, Fiji. You'll probably recognise this track from last season. It makes a return appearance. So let's get everyone into their positions here. We have Eggbot, Alfonso, Fludes, and Azur on the front row, Shady, Boer, Peskybird, and Moo on the back row. And before we take a look around, we will do predictions. So how many DNFs do you think there'll be? 2 minutes to get those predictions in. 6 laps around here, let's take a look around. So a bit of a refresher. Some open straights mixed in with some winding bends. Got a tight hairpin there, a couple more winding bends, dropping into the water, heading around to the ladder entry and up the elevator. And then a gentle run, bit of an S-bend, an open turn, opening up into a long straight, and then weaving around across the sand, and then dropping down into the split section. Now you're going to want to opt for the quicker route here. For those who remember, there you go, Iceman reminding you. The red lane is the faster side you're going to want. The white lane being a lot more twisty, a lot slower. And then heading down onto another elevator here. Heading up in some more winding turns. And it all tightens up into the final section. One very sharp final turn and opening up to the start-finish straight once again. So that is the track. White is slower mostly because it goes further through the water, which slows massively. Yeah, and the sharp turns. Sharp turns don't help either. So keep that in mind as you go through to the split section. As the predictions are coming to an end, let's get the countdown started. And there we go, lights are green and they're off. Up to the first corner. Eggbot, Weep and Jimmy with a good inside line. Jimmy getting stalled out on the outside of the corner, causing a bit of a pile up. Eggbot running slow on the exit. Jimmy and Demon going to come through. Eggbot's going to go for a lunge and block. And this gives Weep a bit of time to try and break away up at the front. But Eggbot is not far behind. See a big pile up further back. Moo getting held up quite a bit. Big collision down the landing. Demon causing some chaos. Azur getting pushed back and dropping a lot of positions. And not a great start to this race for Moo. But Jimmy straight up, nice and quick there. And breaking away from the pack already. Have Weep and Iceman behind. Iceman getting slowed down by Weep there. Snorker and Demon are both going to come through. Iceman has the inside. Will manage to hold off Demon. Alfonso and Shady battling out. Fluge with a lot of speed. He's going to try and go for the outside. Doesn't quite make the gap. Ends up costing time. Superboss and Eggbot are going to come through there. Now Demon and Superboss going the slow way. Jimmy on the slower route. Moo and B as well. This big slowdown for Jimmy. We're going to see it come into effect here as Weep will take the lead. Iceman and Snorker making it past Jimmy as well. Shows you how much slower that side is. And I'm hearing that Azur has fallen off. Azur has fallen off. So it's race over for Azur already. F's in the chat for Azur. An early end to their race. So Jimmy dropping quite a few positions down to 6th, quite punishing, going for that slower route. Alfonso with some great speed there, goes up into 1st, Snorker shoots through into 2nd. And Shady's going to squeeze past Iceman. Quite the battle going on up at the front at the moment. Follow this here, Iceman with a bit more speed, pushes Shady. There's a collision on the wall. Trying to find a way past. Wheat getting caught up in all that. Ends up dropping behind Iceman. Iceman's going to keep the inside line. Snorker's now defending against Shady. Collision on the wall. Shady still trying to find a way past. A bad exit there. Big hit off the wall for Shady means Iceman's going to come through. But Iceman with a bad landing is going to drop 2 positions. Eggbot with a bad landing as well. Fluids with some good exit speed. And Iceman onto the ladder in front of Wheat. Wheat's going to be joined by Fluids. And up at the front, Alfonso trying to break away, but Snorker is staying fairly close. Oh, and Alfonso going the slow side. This is going to be big for Snorker. Shady as well. Iceman, Jimmy, Flues and Weep all going the slow side. So does Pesky Bird. This is good news for those further back. B for slow route as well. Moo's opting for the red side. This could be Moo's chance to really climb the ladder here. Demon as well. This could be a huge play. Currently, Moo in 11th, Demon in 14th. We'll see where they come out. Moo up to 9th, Demon up to 10th, but Moo up to 8th, getting past Pesky Bird as well. So a great move there. And that drops Boer, Superboss and Cheese to the back. Now our race leaders. Green Slushy's putting up a fight up at the front. The top 3 breaking away from everyone else. Snorker splitting them right now. And speaking of Snorker, welcome. So Shady with the fastest lap. Bad exit though, running slow. Snorker's going to come through and take the lead. Big hit off the wall though for both Snorker and Alfonso. Which means everyone behind is going to be gaining. Into the hairpin. Alfonso and Shady very close together. Seeing a bit of contact. Gotta be careful not to mess each other up here. And Moo has taken the fastest lap. Iceman getting pushed back, bad landing, and then gets hit by Wheat and hit by Moo. Moo's going to get into the position, getting a bit of a speed boost off that. We're tucked in behind Jimmy. Blue's having trouble on the ladder entry. It's very costly, but Iceman coming to help out. A little nudge there. That cost quite a bit of time. And Moo is making the climb up the positions right now. In 6th. Now Snorker, smart move in 1st, going for the quick route. Not going to risk it. Alfonso going the slow way. Jimmy also going the slow route. And Iceman. So we're going to see some big gains here. Moo in 5th, tucking in behind Alfonso. Weep having some trouble at the ladder. Alfonso gets on ahead. Moo and Fluids both having trouble. Fluids and Demon gets moving. Jimmy gives Moo a nudge to get going. Demon's going to be just in front of Fluids. I'll put Demon up to 5th. And over at the front, Snorker still holding strong, keeping the green slushies at bay. See Shady there. There's a bit of a gap now between 1st and 2nd. quite the gap back to third with Alfonso as well. Demon trying to find a way past Wheat, but that move gets punished, meaning Fluids is able to get through, and then a bad exit there as well. They're going onto the straight, a lot more speed than Jimmy to try and reclaim the position. Jimmy's going to go for the lunge, but not quite enough. Fluids going up into fourth, past Weep. They're closing in on Alfonso. Alfonso running slow. It's falling apart a bit for Alfonso here. We're going to have quite the battle for third. Having some difficulties at the entry. Everyone loves the ladder entries. Blues running slow on the sweeping bend. Starting to pick up pace again. Just going for an inside line. Jimmy faster on the exit. The big hit on the wall though. Demon looking for a way past. Can't quite find the way. Flues gets hit against the wall by Jimmy. Demon makes it past. Demon and Moo going for the quick route. There is a big key of consistency on this track. Making sure to opt for the right side every time. Can really make a difference. As we can see up at the front, Snorker just storming away right now. Alfonso and Shady close together. Demon in fourth, Moo in fifth, still with the fastest lap to try and pick up an extra point. They'll be side by side. Then we have Weep, Jimmy, Fluids, B, and Pesky Bird making up the top 10. We're consistently taking the left path. Gonna have to change that strategy, it's just not working. It is quite punishing. Now Snorker just needs to hold on for a bit longer and not run out of momentum here. Shady is starting to close the gap though. Just going to have to stay consistent on picking that right side. There's a pile up there. Boer with a bad line into the corner causes a pile with cheese and eggbot. Iceman following and Superboss trailing behind at the moment. Jimmy with a bad drop down. Fluge is going to come past. B looking for a line as well. Bit more pace. Does make it past. We'll also make it past Fluids. We'll see what happens at the ladder entry. Pesky Bird's going to block Fluids, but B makes it on. Fluids side by side with Jimmy. We're having a Boer moment indeed. Now back around to the front. Oh, it looks like the top three are all going the slow side. In fact, the top four are Moos as well. This is a big opportunity for those further back. It's not going to be enough for anyone to get past the top three, but it will definitely close the gap. Not the greatest play by those. Weep's going to make it in front of Moo, but not quite in front of Demon. Demon's going to close that window. And Snorker already on the move. Demon trying to block Weep, but Weep pulling Demon out to the side. And Weep makes it past. Pesky Bird now in 7th. Iceman in 8th. B in 9th. We're in 10th. Fluids in 11th. Iceman having trouble on the ladder entry. B's going to sneak through. And we're having more difficulties here. Does make it on, but Cheese making it past first. Now onto the final lap. We can see the gap here. The lead by Snorker. And Shady. With a bit of a gap ahead of Alfonso. Demon close behind Weep, trying to find a gap, but it's just going to stay behind for now. Moo behind Pesky Bird. Iceman with a big hit on the wall. Flute's is going to come through on the outside. Let's see what happens on the drop down here. Good landings. Pesky Bird with a bit more pace than Demon, but Demon has the inside lane. Manages to keep hold of that position. Going on to the entry, Demon and Pesky Bird side by side. Moo giving their teammate Demon a bit of a push there to help them out. Now the most important section on the final lap here. Snorker and Shady both go on the slower side. This could be an opportunity for Alfonso to jump up out of third. Going for the quicker route, but is it going to be fast enough? I'm not sure. Snorker and Shady both quite far ahead at the moment. It's going to be close, but Alfonso will come out in front of Shady and will be right behind Snorker. Pesky Bird, Weep and Demon also closing that gap. Moo going the slow route. After making such a good comeback from the start, now starting to drop a few positions. As we go into the final section of the race. It is quite close up at the front now. Alfonso with loads of speed is going to sneak in front of Snorker there. Great exit speed. Shady goes for the lunge but can't quite make it. And this might be an absolute clutch play by Alfonso, timing the overtake perfectly, just holding off in third all the way to the end, and when it matters, just comes through and takes the win away from Snorker. Snorker finishes second, Shady third, Demon fourth, Weep close fifth, Pesky Bird sixth. B is coming across in seventh and taking the fastest lap. Seeing a call that Boyer may have fallen off. Moo in 8th, Fludes in 9th, Cheese in 10th, Jimmy in 11th, Iceman in 12th. A battle here between Eggbot and Superboss, but Superboss will take 13th, Eggbot 14th, and here comes Boyer not falling off. I can guess what happened. And I can guess it was probably to do with the ladder. And Boyer's going to come across in 15th. And as being the only DNF. So over to the winning cam, and congratulations to Alfonso. Great race, played that perfectly at the end there. Just holding off for the right opportunity to then take the win. Brilliant stuff. So we'll speed things up. Wait for the 60 seconds to count down and the DNF to be confirmed. And I think all the predictions are the same on the DNFs for this. And they look like they're all correct. You just wait for this time to run down. Now for the standings, it's going to be a bit interesting because Moo started getting some positions back, ending up finishing in 8th, which isn't the worst. Mid-table, but Boyer's going to be costly in 15th. Not ideal. Battling up at the top 3 right now. But we'll have to see what it's just the standings soon. So there we go, the one single DNF. So I can complete this prediction. And yes, everyone was correct on that one. So everyone, the 2 people that did predict, Iceman and Boyer. So well done to the 2 of you on getting the prediction right. Recently we haven't had too many correct predictions. But now I'm going to go put these results over on the leaderboard, and we'll be back in just a minute with the updated standings. Right, the results have been entered, so let's head over to the standings. So following that race, Moo still holding on to that lead with 285 points. Shady moving up into second with 279. Boyer in third with 267. Pesky Bird in fourth with 253. Cheese in fifth with 248. Superboss in 6th with 239, Iceman 7th with 229, Jimmy in 8th with 227, Eggbot in 9th with 224, and Alfonso in 10th with 218. Then we have Demon, Snorker, Azur, Fludes, Weep, and B. Now in the team standings, Eternal Darkness are leading with 245 points, Ultraviolets in 2nd with 240, Dogeballs 3rd with 239, Tutti Frutti 4th with 236, Green Slushies 5th with 235, and then we have Grandmasters, Icebreakers, Snowballs, Marble Minions, and Balls of Steel still at the bottom of the team standings. So a good first race. Of course, we have another one coming up. We have Canada up next. So stick around for that one. But for those watching on YouTube, that is it for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.